Okay, it's time to start a new video vlog series. Remember how I had that big fascinating one for getting my pistol permit here in New York? We're going to start something a bit different because as soon as I got my pistol permit, and this is going to be our gun-related prop for today, I got my P99 out just because, you know, it's a little bit visually interesting and of course it's safe here. And as soon as I got this, and I'm not going to bring that any closer, but that is the back of my concealed carry license. The one thing that I did say that I wanted to get with that was my 03 C&R FFL. Now, what this is basically is it's a Type 3, not a Class 3 like fully auto and stuff like that, is a Type 3 C&R FFL license from the ATF. And basically what that entitles you to do is to get various older firearms. The cutoff, I believe, is 50 years old. You can get them shipped directly to your house without having to go to another FFL and pay the transfer fees and things like that. I'm interested in that because I'd like to get a few more Mosin de Gauss. Yes, I even said it with the fancy French timbre at the end. And I'd like to get perhaps a Mauser, and some gun stores or some gun shops online actually give you a discount if you are an FFL, and that includes the 03. So I have officially started the process to get my 03 FFL, and just like my pistol permit, I will have probably monthly updates. Again, I have no idea how long it's going to take because, unlike the New York pistol permit, I didn't know. Well, I knew with the New York pistol permit, I knew it was going to take a long time. This, I don't know. If I had to guess, it would probably take a long time. But from what I've heard, it doesn't take months and months and months. It takes usually about a month, maybe two. That'd be fantastic. But I will give you updates as we go along. If something happens significant that is before the month, I will go ahead and I will update you guys and let you know what happened. We're to call this vlog 1. I don't know. I'll call it something like getting an 03 C&R FFL 1 or something like that. But let me tell you where I am right now. Right now, I've just filled out the form. Here's one of the blank ones. In fact, here's two. I have actually a pile of these around my house right now. I'm actually filling them out in the next room there behind my door. I'm actually filling them out, and there's a pile of burnt ones because I know they're pretty anal about that stuff. When I filled out the stuff for my pistol permit, I actually filled out the forms 3 times because there would be a minor mistake that one of the references had made, or I would have spelled something wrong, or I would have put a period in the wrong place, and I know they're anal about that stuff. Typically, that's more of a New York thing, where they're trying to prevent you from getting a pistol, so they'll get you on every little thing. But the federal ATF, which is kind of a useless organization, they are a government organization, so they're also completely anal about that, and bureaucracy. But I've heard that the people that actually deal with the 03 C&R FFL handling are actually pretty nice people. Like some of the things you might have to put up with are house checks, and just to make sure that you have the guns. You're supposed to keep a track of the guns that you do business with, not do business with, because you specifically cannot do business with the license, but that you come across, that you acquire or dispose of. Like, say I order, I don't know, a Mosin and a Mauser, I'd have to keep the serial, make, model, and all that stuff down in a bound book, and you might get a call one day that's saying, hey, an agent needs to come out and check to make sure you have those weapons. Now, some people are going to freak out and say, well, that's like, saying that you have blonde hair and blue eyes, all that. Vinny. But, I know I'm throwing myself out there to the ATF. I'm throwing myself out to the ATF wolves because I really am interested in it. But they can come and do a house check and see to make sure you actually still have those guns, and I don't know where they are right now is not an answer and stuff like that. But so what I've done so far is I've filled out a whole bunch of these applications because I've made mistakes on them as well. And I'm not normally the person that makes a whole bunch of mistakes when filling these things out, but it's such a minor thing that they would consider a mistake that I'm not taking any chances. I just burn the whole thing when I mess up the littlest thing. It's like filling out the 4473. If something's wrong, just might as well do it all over again. And that's where I am now. I have also written a check, which is only in my lifetime the sixth check I've ever written, because this is a fun fact, completely unrelated, but debit cards are really taking over checks. When I actually bought my first vehicle, which is a Jeep Liberty, by the way, they needed a down payment of $200. And because it was like a $10,000 purchase, they needed a down payment of $200, and I didn't even have any formal checks because I had just used my debit card the whole time. I had used starter checks without my address and stuff on there and stuff like that. Usually they won't let you do that because it doesn't have your address on there, but they actually did this time. But anyway, I have regular checks now, and I have like 4 books of them. left over, and these are like a year old because I don't write many checks. I usually do the debit card. You can use a debit card here, but I would rather write a check off just for my own purposes. You know, I would just rather, I would feel better doing that. So I wrote them a physical check for $30 for 3 years. And apparently, from what I hear now, the process is going to be put in the mailbox. It's night right now, so I'll put it in there for tomorrow's mail pickup. And in about 3 to 4 weeks, I should be getting a call from an ATF agent in the area, and I'll have to do an interview with them. From what I've heard from one of the members of New York Firearms, it's probably going to be about an hour interview, or you can do a face-to-face. But from what I've heard, it takes a long time to set up to a face-to-face. And me, I like to get things done as fast as possible. Apparently I'm going to get an interview, and they're going to ask me questions like probably the questions that are like on the 4473. Are you an illegal alien? Are you a fugitive from justice? You know, is your refrigerator running? Do you have Prince Albert in a can? You know, those kind of things. And after that, a few weeks later, you should get your FFL license with a welcome packet with information on it. But I will keep you very updated on this because, by the way, this isn't even in this terribly restrictive state of New York, you can get these 03 C&R FFL licenses, and I know a lot of people in the other states do it as well. It's something to look into. The requirements are just pretty much the basic requirements for buying a pistol. I say pistol because you have to be 21 to get any sort of FFL, including this 03. You know, I don't know what makes people that are 21 better than people that are 18, but hey, I didn't make up the rule. Like I said, I will keep you updated, and hopefully it's a nice, smooth process, and hopefully it's not so long that I have to have a celebratory champagne blowing open at the end like I did last time. So, thanks for watching, and I will keep you updated.